Alright, this is my wife's 2010 Kia Soul. Currently we've got 167,733 miles on it. What I'm going to be doing is replacing the brake pads and rotors on it. It's got the originals on it because I've never changed them. And I was going to change them last year, towards the end of last year, and just never got around to it. So anyway, the front driver's side sounds like it's starting to scrape against the wear indicator, but I'm just going to go ahead and replace everything on it. Not the calipers, but the rotors and the pads. I had to wait for it to drop. We've had so much rain I can't even mow the grass, and it was too wet to get into the barn. It's still got a little wet on that one side, but I think I can ease through it and get in here and then get myself sort of centered in here to where I've got room to work on it. Probably right there will do. Yeah, I can clean enough on that. And let's check that other side and see if we got to move it over. Yeah, I got enough room for this side, and I've got enough room for that side. I'm far enough to do the backs. I'm going to do the fronts first, and I'll do a different video on the back because I'm not going to do these all in one day. And what I've got to do is pop the hood before I get all this up there going. All right, and then what we'll do is we're going to remove the cap to the brakes, and I'll put a little rag over them. Okay, I've got the car up on jack stands under there, you can see, and like I said, I had to crawl under. I didn't film getting it. There's getting the jack in place. There's a cross member that goes across the car behind the engine transmission right through here. You can pick the whole front end up from that instead of having to jack from over here. I will say one thing, and again, I don't know if you can see it because this is black and whatever else, but I've seen people put jacks under here and whatever else right on the seam. All cars that use them stupid little jacks you crank up have a notch and a notch, and you're supposed to jack in between those notches. That's where it's reinforced. If you jack up here, it may hold it. It may also crush your body frame, and then you'll be like you went in a wreck. Now, for taking this apart to get the wheel off on my particular one, yours may be different because we've got the little mag wheels on this one. It takes a 22 millimeter to get the lug nuts off. So we're going to do that real quick, get them off there. Yeah. Had them rotate the tires at Walmart, and I guess they just went and got wild. Because normally you would do this, you would loosen them while the tire was still on the ground with the brake over. But I've got this impact. It does it just fine. And so we're going to get these out of the way. A long time ago, this impact joint, it had a ring clip there, and it got all buggered up, and that's what holds the sockets and stuff on. All right, that should take care of that. So I'm going to set those and that off to the side, and we're going to get this off here. Now a lot of people will shove the tires underneath. I don't believe in doing that. You're sitting on the jack stands and stuff. So it's not going to fall. And I've also got the jack under it, still locked up. It's not holding it with the jack, but it's under it. The jack stand on each side. There again, I go back to the thing. If you put the wheel under there, a lot of people put it back there. They put them under there. If something did fall, it's going to smack in there, and it's going to buckle your frame, your body. So we're not going to do that. Now, looking at this, get the light over here. You can see pretty bad shape, and real bad on the back, man. There's a big lip. So we're going to get rid of these. Now, the thing that I'm going to have to see if it'll work is getting those out. And like I said, I don't have my impact, but I've got another thing I'm going to try to get that off. So anyway, first thing we're going to do, we're going to take the caliper loose here and here, and we're going to get it out of the way, and we're going to hang it up. I've got to go get a piece of wire to hang it up. Alright, there's one of them out. Alright, this is the other bolt. Check them. Make sure they're the same. They're the same, so they can go either side. Doesn't make a difference. Now we're going to see if we can get this off here. Hey, what do you know? Yeah, all right, it'll come off. Now to get this off here, we'll have to change over to a 17. Pretty bad shape there. That's the outboard. And that's the inboard. And where it was scraping, yeah, it was this one here. Okay, it was this clip right here. You can see that's what was grinding on there. All right, so now we've got to get the caliper mount bracket off. Now when you take these off, you'll notice it has a washer. You need to bring that off with it. Alrighty. Check these. They're both the same length. On some of the models, the top one is longer, I think, or the bottom was longer. One of them. These are both the same size, so we're good with that. We're done with this for right now. We'll have to be changing the clips in here. We'll also be pulling these out and greasing them, because like this is hardly moving. Alright, now we got to see if we can get that off there. Alright, had to go rig me up another, so half to 3/8, 3/8 to quarter, quarter to quarter. And I'm going to see if I can't get these to break free. Piece of cake. As you notice, I just hit the trigger. I didn't want to pound on it too much. All right. Yeah, they definitely need replacing. So what we got to do now is go see if these match up to the rotors I bought. Now you'll see I'm putting my hand out here. I'm not really pulling because I don't want to pull it sideways. Actually, I'm just using that to kind of steady myself to get up. Like I said, you get old. I'm 69 years old, and I had, heart failure, all kind of stuff. So it's not easy on me. All right, looking at this side, looks the same. Same height, same diameter. All right. Now, these are slotted and drilled, and the vanes inside are straight. You can tell because you put a screwdriver in there, vanes are straight. So the vanes can go either direction, but now looking at a lot of the manufacturers' recommendations on these things, this slot here should face forward. So what we've got to do, we've got to screw there and screw down there. So this will go on like that. And then what we'll do is we will put the screws back in. Now some people, they go, well, you really don't need these. They were just on there to hold them when the factory was doing the assembly. But they also serve a different purpose. Actually, when your wheel is on here, these screws don't do anything because the wheel's holding them on. But if for some chance your lug nuts come loose and the wheel starts to wobble on there and you don't have those screws, this plate can start moving and get misaligned in the brake caliper and the shoes and could possibly cause your brakes to fail while you're trying to stop from the wheel doing all kind of weird stuff. So it's best to go ahead and put the screws back in. Now, There again, same thing. I'm just going to tap it. That's it. Nothing more than that. That's it. They're on there. They're good. Alright, so we got that. Next step will be to clean this. Get any oils off of it as best you can. And so I'm not going to film that. I'm just going to spray it with some brake cleaner and whatever. And then we'll need to service this. What we need to do is pull this out. The little boots will come off, and this comes out. The top one, it's got multiple angles on it. That's the one that goes up on top. The bottom one is straight and got a little plastic thing on it. And like I said, they need to be re-greased with some high temp brake grease, cleaned off and re-greased. So I'm going to go back, sit down a while, rest, and then get this cleaned, get this ready to go back on. And the kit comes with new shims, so I'll be putting those on there. Now, these are, to show you now, Detroit axle. I could have bought them $10 cheaper, just getting the standard rotors, but I decided to splurge 10 bucks and get the slotted and drilled, because that helps your brakes stay cooler. The slots clear out the dust, keep it from building up on the brake shoes or the brake pads. Alright, so down here is brake cleaner and brake fluid. And I think in the brake pad thing is the grease. Alright, now they give you this little pack of brake grease. It's really not probably going to be enough. So I'll just have to see. What I'm going to do is a lot better than it was. Alright, so that takes care of that. Now the kit came with new shims go on each side here. Now, these look to be the same. So, put those in there. That's definitely not going to be enough of that grease for both sides, I don't believe. It may be, but I doubt it. Alright, now looking at the shoes. These are the ones that came off. This is the inboard, goes toward the caliper piston. This is the outboard, goes on the outside, facing out. Now, I don't know if you can see this. probably not, because it's kind of dark over here. So I'm going to walk to where there's some light. Okay, hopefully you can see. The shoes, when I put them together, you can tell the side's thinner and thicker. They're worn uneven. That's due to these caliper slide pins sticking. That and or the brake shoes, brake pads, sticking on these clips. You get two sets of shoes. Now the outboard, I think both pads are the same. But the inboard, they're different for each side. This was the outboard that came off. You notice with me facing the same way with that, we've got this indicator here, or the wear indicator, is on this side. Okay? So, it's going to be facing the back of the car. The other pad, if I hold it up here, you can see it's the other direction. So you need to make sure you get these right. Like I said, the the outboard pads should be the same. Got my 17s, and we're going to take this, it's going to fit back in here. So tight. Little there, little there, little there, little there. There. Just had to pick up on it. All right, now I've got to go find something to compress the caliper. So I will be back in a later hour or something. All right, I couldn't find my C-clamp, so what I'm going to try to do here is compress this with my Craig Whopper jaws. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Normally I'll put a pad in there, but I can't get enough opening on here. So we're going to put the thing into the bottom of the caliper, and we're going to see if we can't start squeezing this, and hopefully I can. not, I'll have to come up with plan B. Okay, that's going in a little bit there. So I might have to work it a little bit at a time. If I had my C-clamp, it'd be a lot faster, but I don't. And that's going the rest of the way in. That's bottomed out. And now, get my two 17s, 14 millimeter bolts to drop the caliper back on. Ready. I may have to go get a pair of pliers or something to hold those studs, because now that they're greased they want to turn real easy. That one's doing all right though. We'll see. I just had to hold my finger till it came in. Got to make sure you're up on the lip. And that's why I loosened it back off. Alright, that's good there. I'll torque them once I set it back down on the ground. Alright, that's one side. Got to do the other side. I don't know if I'll do that today. I've got 4 days and that I've allocated to do this, so if I just do one wheel a day, I'll be making it. You know, I just can't go as long as I normally did when I was younger. Because I went back into the house a while ago to find this, sat down, and my heart was doing its little irregular heartbeat crap, and so I had to sit down and rest. So I drove the tractor back out here so I don't have to walk back up there and stuff. So anyway, we will see how it goes tomorrow. See if I get 1 or 2 or 3 done.